Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us on 2K Sports. NBA action is coming up. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Doris Burke. Also joining us from and Greg. You're facing the front of a back-to-back. How much does that affect you as a player?
Before and after the game, for sure, it's on your mind. But once the whistle blows, you have to live in the moment. You can bet the coaches are very aware.
And Mexico City calls their first time out of the game.
Keep it going for your Mexico City Dancers.
And checking out Utah's opening lineup, wing pair will be Sexton and Markkanen. The pairing up front, it'll be Collins and Kessler. And it's George in at the one. Smooth, that's good.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
You know, we see this all the time. You're basically, as a defender, hoping the man misses rather than putting in the work to get over screens.
Shot by Collins, no good. Mexico City with the ball. The last time these two clubs came together was also in this building, with an unfortunate ending for the home team.
Yeah, for that loss, you can credit their defense or lack thereof. Too many breakdowns on that end of the floor.
Well, the kind of low-energy effort they played with all night will make a coach absolutely crazy. You can't win if you don't play quality defense.
Love seeing a point guard who can explode to the rim like that.
Oh, great attitude and even a better finish.
Boy, it's incredible how much explosive scoring ability can come from the lead guard position. That is a big-time play.
5 to shoot. Sinks the three-pointer.
And developing that three-ball shot, George is putting in the work now.
For Mexico City, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Here's Smooth. Kicks it out to James. Here's P-Train. And that one is hammered home.
Impossible to stop the putback when he's got that kind of position.
Agreed, Greg. Let him get his hands on it inside and finish it off.
How about the activity level, the effort level? This team right now feeding off his energy.
Here's Collins. Outside for Sexton. Fires for 3. And it's Mexico City with the rebound. Here's Freeman Liberty. He's coming off a 16-point game against Sacramento. Up again. The putback is no good. Utah has gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Here's George over James. The shot by Markkanen. Nobody around. He nails it, and we're tied up.
How about the confidence? Markkanen looking fearless from the corner.
And when you look at John Collins' advanced numbers, Doris, they jump off the page.
Yeah, probably the advanced numbers you're referencing, Kevin. Offensive rating, true shooting percentage. And when you look at it through that lens, Collins is absolutely able to score from a variety of spots on the floor, and the guy's an absolute terror on the glass.
Cans it from downtown.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
Outside, Sexton. Outside, Markkanen. No good from outside. Mexico City leading by 3. And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. B-Train, and he uses the glass on the layup. B-Train's got his second basket of the game.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Sexton kicks to Markkanen. Collins setting the pick for George. Cross contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
Wow, how about the start to this game? Taking excellent shots, capitalizing on everything the defense is giving him. This is great stuff.
That's good from George.
Name a type of shot Keontae George can hit it. More than capable of scoring at all three levels.
Pass to Whitehead. Here's B-Train. For the three. Kessler with the rebound. And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Jazz. Trailing by 2. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Nuggets.
They just got overwhelmed. We knew that game was going to be a tough one for them, and we were right.
Sometimes it's about the talent disparity, and it would have taken a massive effort for them to even be competitive, and it was nothing close to that.
Here's Smooth. 14 points from him the last game against Sacramento.
And don't forget about the work he did on the boards. His rebounding was a huge help in that game.
Sexton the pass to Kessler. And here's George. Bobbed up there for Collins. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
Just tremendous recognition from Collins there. Sees an opportunity to be a target at the rim, and his teammate puts it on time.
Takes it inside. Smooth, that's good. Smooth's got 9 points.
And just a solid way to start the game. 4 of 5.
George passes to Markkanen. Jazz passing it around. Back to George. Collins a screen on James. Here's George. And the baseline jumper, no good. Mexico City leading by 5. Here's Whitehead. They get it back. And he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
There it is, guys. One of those effort plays that makes a big difference in the game.
And GA, it is definitely making a difference so far today.
No doubt. On the scoreboard, in the body language of the players, you can tell which team is in complete command.
Collier, he's checked in for Markkanen. And here's George. He had a 33-point outing in their last game against Denver.
And he was also a terrific creator in that game as well. His assist total show you what a fantastic all-around effort it was.
Outside Collins. Bounces high off the rim and drops. Collins has got his second bucket of the night.
John Collins has such a good feel for when to fire off the catch.
Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Thanks very much. Caught up with Mexico City's head coach. Now, I asked Coach about the defensive game plan tonight, and he said preventing easy buckets around the rim, and that starts with John Collins. He's a great interior scorer, especially when he gets ahead of steam, so we have to limit those opportunities. Guys, back to you.
Okay, David, thanks. 4 on the shot clock. Here's Freeman Liberty. It's good from long range. And Mexico City leads by 8.
And loving the hustle here early. I mean, they struck first on the offensive glass.
You know, Greg, thinking back to the glory days in Utah, they went to back-to-back finals in 97 and 98.
Unfortunately, though, Kevin, that Stockton-Malone era, they just couldn't overcome the dynastic Bulls. The Jazz still searching for that first NBA title.
And Mexico City going with a whole new group out there. Kennedy passes to Irving. Inside, stolen by Kessler. Sexton deciding where to go with it. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. George has got his 4th assist in this one.
And Colin Sexton is a scorer. It doesn't matter if he's on the interior. This guy is determined to capitalize.
Jeffries can't get it to go.
And on the glass so far, it hadn't even been close.
George with the steal. Here is Jeffries, defended by George. Lets it fly. And no good, trying to use the glass. Jazz trail by 3. Outside, Sexton. Back to George. Shot clock at 6. It's hauled in by George. Mexico City leading by 3. Jeffries kicks to Irving. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Sexton for 3. Goes back up. Kessler with the bucket.
You simply have got to box out Walker Kessler. This guy gets a lot of his offense from second chance opportunities.
Outside Irving. Pass to Jeffries. Over Sexton. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. And Mexico City leads by 5. Outside Sexton. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
Now a chance to see the numbers for George. This last month, he has been a real positive for this team. He's averaging 19 points per game, 6 assists, and 3 rebounds. You know, you look at the numbers and you think that this is great, but we know that he's capable of even bigger production.
You know, the numbers look okay, but the eye test tells us unequivocally he is capable of more. That is the sign of a star right there.
And on the way from Irving for 3. Rebound, Utah.
And they've come out with a take-no-prisoners approach on the glass here tonight, guys.
The Jazz working the ball around now. The open look here for Sexton. Hits the 3-point bomb. Sexton's got 5 points so far.
Colin Sexton has proven to be a very capable three-point shooter. Boy, you better be there to contest.
Pass to Jeffries. Out to the right wing. Elbow shot. And it's hauled in by Lauri Markkanen.
I'm sure he's kicking himself. He hates to blow that kind of opportunity.
Lebowski passes to Collier. 3-pointer, Markkanen. And again, it's the Jazz from deep.
Yeah, that's 2 straight 3-pointers they've allowed.
And so it's Irving with it, bringing it up for Mexico City. They trail by 1. Pass to Carr. Here is Jeffries. He's guarded by Markkanen. And once again off the mark by Mexico City.
Let's give some credit to the defense for how they're guarding this guy right now, because they're refusing to let him get comfortable.
And it's important Sexton makes those. The more he hits from outside, the more the floor will open up.
Here's the screen. Right side, Irving. To the right side. Just 5 on the clock. Deflects the pass. Here's George. That's good from 17 feet away.
And knocking down shots in the mid-range area really forces teams to have to adjust their defense.
Well, truth is, though, he's tall enough to get that off against anyone.
Here's Collier. And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. The Jazz have made their only other free throw attempt today, an earlier trip to the line.
And 75% on the season as a unit from the free throw line.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. And so the first quarter is in the books. Jazz lead by 4. And the if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Jazz.
Well, they haven't wasted any time getting into a groove from deep, putting up and hitting a healthy amount of three-pointers thus far.
Yeah, and in addition, their ball movement has really unleashed their offense. Boy, they've been fun to watch.
So on the floor for Utah, they've got Filipowski. Collier out there with Williams. Then there's Markkanen. And it's Lee in at the 5, roaming the paint.
Well, the defense clearly was not interested in guarding him from downtown. They're very fortunate he missed.
Here's Smooth. They set the pick. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Freeman Liberty. Here's P-Train. Rebounded by the Jazz. They'll be off to Boston for a meeting with the Celtics after this one. That'll be game 2 of 4 straight on the road. Count it.
Yeah, Markkanen's vision on display there. Very good awareness.
James outside. Pass to Smooth. Just over a minute gone here in the second quarter. And once again off the mark by Mexico City. And it's denied. And they'll keep possession. Hacked and still knocked it down. Nice composure. The Jazz shooting their 4th attempt at the free throw line right here.
First personal foul. First team foul.
We know the 90s were a different era, Greg. Either win the game or win the fight. Remember that? Do you miss that physicality?
Well, I would say, Kevin, it made for some great stories, but I don't think we're missing much without all the extracurriculars. I think we have a beautiful game.
Hits it from three-point range.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
You know exactly what that takes. It takes energy, it takes activity, it takes intensity.
Markkanen can't get it to go.
He has that confidence rolling, hitting 2 threes in the first, but he hasn't had one since.
Here's B-Train. He's coming off a 22-point game against Sacramento.
The other thing I thought was big, guys, was the incredible night he had on the glass. No one wanted any part of him down there.
To the middle. Markkanen passes to Collier. Screen by Lee. Back to Markkanen. The Jazz with another miss.
I'll tell you, it has not been this guy's best night, but the teammates have been there to pick up the slack. Love it.
There's Whitehead, covered by Lee. Pass to B-Train. The fadeaway, and it's in off the backboard. B-Train's got 6.
You know, he had room to operate, but added a little fade on that shot just for good measure.
And Will Hardy is called timeout. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly. And now let's turn to the 2K leaderboard for a look at the squads that have the most points in transition over the past 10 games. The Jazz second.
I mean, tough to maintain this kind of pace over an entire season. But let me tell you, they are really running right now.
Quarter number 2, around 3 minutes gone by. Here's Collier. James defending. Collier. That's good. Mexico City trails by 6. Pass to Whitehead. Here's Smooth. Mexico City moving it around. And he lobs it up toward the rim. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's B-Train. And there's 2 points. Working on the glass, paying off that time. B-Train's got 4 points now in the quarter. Now here's Williams. He's averaging a bit over 5 points a game. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's on Bronny James.
Yeah, easy call.
For Utah, they have been all 4 of their chances so far in this one. And Utah making a change here. Tate's checked in. Good on the second free throw. For Mexico City, they've gone 3 of 8 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. Smooth passes to Beach. And he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
Go into the rack with energy, and the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, gotta chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
Yeah, and give him credit for taking advantage. In a close game, those are the types of plays that can swing things in your direction. Ends the move with a whisper instead of a bang, going to the finger roll.
James outside. Pass to B-Train. Here's Whitehead. Still yet to score. James misses. Filipowski passes to Tate. To the paint. Here's Filipowski. The rim-rattling two-handed jam.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
I tell you, you can't get stops if you're unwilling to put in the work.
And with that, the Utah lead is cut down to just 4 points with a bucket from Whitehead. Here's Collier. He's coming off a 10-point game against Denver.
And his court vision was extraordinary, too. Let's not forget that. He was flawless passing the ball.
The real come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
Timeout called here. Mexico City decides to talk it over. Mexico City making some changes. Carr, he's checked in for Whitehead, and Irving subbed in for Smooth. The Jazz making a switch here. Carr, the pass to Irving. They set the pick to the inside. Here's B-Train, and he takes that one up and powers it through.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
Where was the defense? No help. You can't afford to give up these kinds of buckets.
Normally he'll drill that shot, and I'm sure they'll look to find him in that spot again.
No doubt. Very good play call, good execution. Sometimes it just doesn't fall.
And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by James. Now a chance to take a look at some numbers for Colin Sexton.
And you can see the surge in his level of confidence lately just by looking at that true shooting percentage. It's been moving straight up in the past 5 games. I think he's feeling it.
Sexton, he's checked in for the Jazz. George comes in for Williams.
You love this. The pressure gets physical, and Colin Sexton doesn't blink. Nice job finishing through contact.
Hey, DB, what do you make of Colin Sexton's nickname, Young Bull?
Kevin, I think it's a very apt moniker because this guy is relentless. He attacks you with his defense. He's going to come at you with a ton of youthful energy, and he will not back down.
Jeffries can't get it to go. Utah leading by 7. George looking over the floor. George against Irving. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Yeah, way to play an attack mode and get to the line.
This is his first free throw of the game. First free throw is good. Ollie Markkanen's checked in for Utah. And George drops them both.
The way he's shooting free throws tonight, you simply don't want to put him there.
Outside, George. Pass to Markkanen. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
And what I love about Markkanen, he takes care of the basketball, and that's a result of being patient, playing smart, and just generally getting his points within the flow of the offense.
Utah leading by 8. Here's Sexton. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Great Colin Sexton, still so young. He entered the league when he was just 19.
Yeah, drafted back in 2018. Sexton has a few years left in his 20s, so you expect him to continue to expand his game and improve on both ends.
BB, one thing about Kessler, he will challenge anybody at the rim. Wow.
There's no question, Kevin. Walker Kessler is one of those guys who's not afraid to get dunked on. He is a rim protector of the highest order. He's going to win some, he's going to lose some, but he's always going to try to do his job.
George, no good. And so Markkanen will bring it up for the Utah Jazz. Pass to Collins. Markkanen sets the pick for Collins. Misses the three. Mexico City trails by 10. It's George on the wing. The kick out to Irving. Mexico City moving it around. Here is Jeffries. He's guarded by Markkanen. Just 3 to shoot. Irving from long range. Nailed from three-point land. Irving's got 5 points so far.
Well, if you offer no resistance defensively, he's going to knock down the three. It's really that simple, guys.
Outside, Markkanen. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. Markkanen's got the lead up to 10 now for the Jazz. Irving against George. Irving's shot is good. Irving's got 5 points in the quarter.
You know, he's had better starts, obviously, but he's shaking it off here in the second.
Pass to Kessler. Outside, Markkanen. No good with the triple. And Mexico City shooting 44% from the floor since we began the second quarter. And there's the call on John Collins. And that'll be his third foul so far.
And already his third foul. It's got to be time to get him out of there probably until the third quarter.
Lepowski, he's checked in for the Jazz. Pass to Jeffries. Mexico City needs to get a shot off here. Jazz leading by 8. Outside, George.
2 minutes remaining in the first half.
Here's Kessler. That's a 2 from Sexton. And again, it's Utah.
Well, the advantage they have right now is largely based on his play. What an outstanding night.
1:43 left to play in the first half. And he's good on the 3-ball. Irving's got 10.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
It takes incredible effort to stay connected to the hip of the offensive player. You've got to want to work.
Yeah, and that three-point shot, it really has looked off here in the second quarter. It hasn't stopped him from attempting them, but it's time to maybe find something else to do.
Here's George. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. George has got 4 this quarter.
Listen, he hits that shot on a regular basis. Give credit to the offense for getting him a clean look.
Pass to Sexton. Jacks up a 3. No good on that one. Mexico City trails by 5. With the ball. He has yet to score. And it's Irving missing.
Maybe he rushes that just a little bit, who knows, but he couldn't have gotten a better look than that.
Markkanen kicks to George. Pass to Sexton. Markkanen with it. The Jazz with another miss.
And he needs to find other ways to contribute besides shooting. Sometimes you have to learn how to play well when you're not playing well.
Now Irving. And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. Jazz out in front, up 5. And we'll be back right after halftime for the start of the third quarter. We'll see you in a bit.
Welcome, everyone, as we dig into the details.
Their approach has been pretty straightforward. Attack, draw fouls, and you can see their enthusiasm. They're pumped up there, Ernie.
Yeah, playing with a high level of And let's turn our attention now to the rook. And that'll do it for halftime. We send you back to Kevin Harlan, who has the second half call.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. Colin Sexton having a dominant impact in this game.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
Boy, he has been shouldering the load. Aggressive, skilled, talented, and thus far unstoppable.
Whitehead out there with Smooth. Then it's James. And there's B-Train. And it's Freeman Liberty in at the 4.
And let the big man eat. It's clear that Collins loves getting these kinds of scoring opportunities.
And for Utah, the guard pair, it's George and Sexton. In at forward, it's going to be Markkanen and Collins. And it's Kessler in at 7.
Such a disruptive defender, Kessler, one of the best shot blockers this league has to offer.
And for Mexico City, we got James. Whitehead out there with Smooth. And there's B-Train. And it's Freeman Liberty in at the 4 spot.
And hard to decide which was better, the pass, the catch, or the slam.
Oh, there's no wrong answer. Sensational alley-oop. Kessler, nice persistence to tip it back up and in. And the Jazz lead by 7.
Oh, and a nice job of turning that miss into 2 points on the tip-in.
Hustle points, I believe they call them. Hustle points right there. Here's Smooth. 14 points for him. B-Train. And he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with a pass.
George sets a screen for Sexton. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Sexton's got 16.
Boy, that's 3 for 4 this half. You like that they're starting with a little bit of extra energy. Nice.
Into the third we go. 2 minutes in now. Pass to Smooth. From outside the arc. Rebounded by the Jazz. Kessler's got 8 rebounds in this game. Outside, Sexton. Outside, Markkanen. Collins kicks to Markkanen. The Jazz need to get off a shot here. George, no good. Mexico City trails by 7. Pass to Smooth. Whistle blows, basket is good. So a chance here for a 3-point play.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
Outside, Sexton. Outside, George. Back to Sexton. From the arc. Basket made. That gives him 7 field goals in 13 tries.
And guys, for Colin Sexton, it's really about taking smart shots, because when he does, you can see he's got the ability to catch fire.
Here's Smooth. Pass to Whitehead. Out to the right wing. Mexico City moving it around. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. And that's now 19 points for Smooth.
His first triple in the second half. That makes 3 for the game.
And Will Hardy calls timeout here. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over.
And a chance here to take a look at the numbers for James. He's putting up 9 points a game, 3 assists, and 2 rebounds. And right now for him, it's about gaining experience and continuing to develop his game.
This is a man's game, and you've got to earn your minutes in this league. This guy, his time will come eventually.
Outside, Sexton. Here's Whitehead. The scoring numbers have been solid for him. He's averaging just under 14 points a game. And a chance now to look at the schedule for Mexico City. On Thursday, they'll go up against LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers. Then on Tuesday, they'll be playing against James Harden and the Los Angeles Clippers.
You know, some might look ahead at the schedule and start marking off how many wins they'll wind up with, but I think that's a trap. You can't take any nights off in the NBA, and you've got to stay in the moment.
Now, here's Sexton. Tight defense on him. B-Train with the rebound. B-Train's got rebound number 12 here already in the game. On the wing, James. Defended by George. James, the bounce pass. Here's B-Train. He's covered by Kessler. They get it back. Pass to Freeman Liberty. No good on the three. And so Markkanen will bring it up for Utah. They've led by as much as 10. Now, here's Collins. Back to Markkanen. Stolen away. Fast break. Here comes Mexico City. There's Whitehead. Drills it from outside. Whitehead's got 6.
Pretty dime there. The kind of ball movement coaches love to see.
Pass to Kessler. And here's Sexton. A jump hook. Kicks it out to Markkanen. Trying to end the drought. The shot's good on the assist by George. George has got assist number 7 for him tonight.
Well, you can see this team depends on Markkanen to space the floor. Delivers with the range 3 there.
Here's Smooth. He is guarded by Markkanen.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. Kessler with it. Taking a look at the scoring numbers. Right now, he averages about 9 points a game. Outside, Sexton. And Utah again with the bucket.
Colin Sexton percolating right now. They just are letting him go absolutely off.
Timeout called here. Mexico City decides to talk it over.
Start it.
Barr is checked in for Mexico City. Irving comes in for Smooth. Filipowski, he's checked in for the Jazz. Collier comes in for Keontae George. Fires the 3. They grab their own miss.
It's good to see a player going all out when the game's this tight.
You know, G.A., he knows what his job is. Patrol the offensive glass.
And that's so demoralizing to your opponent. To play great defense and have the possession end that way, that's tough to take.
Outside for Sexton. And it's off from three-point range. Mexico City trails by 3. And here's Carr. No scoring in this one. Irving for 3. Rebounded by the Jazz. Markkanen's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Pass to Filipowski. Here's Collier. He's got 5. There's the triple. B-Train with the rebound. Still anybody's game at this point.
And no question, this is when you really have to have trust on the floor with each possession.
Irving passes to James. Shoots over Markkanen. And with that, the Utah lead is cut down to 1 on the bucket from James.
Well, 9 times out of 10, that probably is a miss, but somehow he finds a way.
Pass to Kessler. Here's Collier. Kessler, a screen on Irving. 4 on the clock. And Kessler throws it down.
You can tell how much confidence Walker Kessler has as the roll man, ready to catch and score.
Now, here is Irving. 10 points for him. Down low, here's B-Train, and it's sent back by Kessler. Pass to Filipowski, to the paint, and stolen by Irving. Here's Freeman Liberty. A steal. He's got a clear path. Drops in the breakaway layup. Collier's got 7. And taking a quick look here, guys, at the hustle stats for Utah.
Great job by this team closing out, blocking a bunch of shots, and just a tremendous effort defensively.
Something else that they've had working for them is attacking the offensive glass. Boy, taking advantage and creating second chance points. Impressive.
Markin in a screen on Carr. Here's Sexton, and he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
This guy has got a variety of scoring moves. Colin Sexton keeps the opposition guessing.
Back to Irving. Mexico City moving it around. Connects from three-point range. He's got 2 now from beyond the arc in the third for Mexico City. Outside, Sexton. Now Kessler. He's got 6. Three-pointer, Markkanen drains it from beyond the arc. Markkanen's got 6 points in the quarter.
And how about the response by Markkanen? Made 3 on one end, he comes right back for his own team. Love it.
The 7th pick in 2017, Lauri Markkanen. Almost a throw-in in that Donovan Mitchell trade.
That's incredible to think of now in the context of this guy becoming an all-star in his own right, Kevin. I mean, Markkanen is a 7-footer who's got efficient offensive numbers, like 50, 40, 90 type numbers. He is an uncommon talent.
6 to shoot. Kessler in the post. Tries again. Got a hand on it.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
Carr, no good. Jazz leading by 4. Filipowski passes to Collier. Inside. Here's Kessler. B-Train with the rebound. B-Train's got rebound number 17, if you can believe that. And stolen by Sexton. Pass to Collier. Here's Filipowski. The 3. Trains the three-pointer. Filipowski's got 7 points in the game.
Well, for a big man, his stroke is just beautiful. And because of the height, it's so hard to challenge.
Outside Irving. Clock at 5. Kicks it out to James. Here's B-Train. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And so it's Utah heading to the bench with a 7-point lead. And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this 4th period holds in store for us. Mexico City trails by 7, and Utah looking at who they've got to start the 4th quarter. Lee out there with Filipowski. Then it's Collier. Then it's Williams. And it's Johnson in at the 3 slot.
Gets a finger on it, but just can't quite come up with the steal.
But a really good read on his part, being disruptive at the defensive end right now.
Lock at 6. Here's Smooth. Jeffries the pass to Whitehead from deep three-point land. An absolute pound from three-point range.
Defensively, you can't back off him that much. You don't want to give up easy threes at this stage of the game.
Pass to Tate. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
What a play there. The hoop plus the arm.
First team foul. At the line for the Jazz. Tate. 1 shot.
And so Whitehead will bring it up for Mexico City. They'll face the Lakers after this one. That'll be at home. That game will conclude a 3-game homestand. Smooth, that's good.
I love the spirit he's shown tonight, particularly on the offensive end.
And to me, he's just playing smart, efficient basketball, really helping his team hang around this one.
Williams with the ball. 6 to shoot to the inside. Lee gets the bucket. Lee's got his first basket of the night.
Now how about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
About a minute and a half into the fourth quarter now. There's Whitehead. And they recover it.
The momentum continues to go their way. Pretty much the story of the game.
Here's Smooth. Pass to George. Second chance shot. And Lee pulls it down. Lee's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Williams passes to Collier. Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. And Tate gets it to go. And now it's a 9-point Utah lead.
You have to have the vision to find the open man. Beautiful pass.
Here's Smooth. Spins. And there's the call. It'll go on Cody Williams. That is his first foul of the game. And Utah making a change here. Johnson's checked in.
Number 46, Johnson.
Here's Smooth. Williams comes with a double team. Whitehead tries to save it. And out of bounds as Utah gains possession. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. Outside Williams. Here's Collier. Yep, that one goes. Collier's got the lead up to 11 now for Utah.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Here's Smooth. Pass to Whitehead. Launches a 3. The rebound by Collier.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Poked away. To the middle. Johnson outside. And it's Williams finishing it off.
I'll tell you, right now, these guys cannot be stopped.
Boy, it looks like their confidence is at an all-time high, just feeding off each other right now.
Smooth passes to George. To the left wing. Here's Collier. And it's Mexico City with the rebound. Although they're down big right now, Greg, still plenty of time left in this one.
At this point, they got to take it one possession at a time.
First personal foul. Second team foul.
No good on the free throw. John Collins, he's checked in for Johnson. He hits the second from the line. So, Greg, you played the point. In create a player, if you had to pick a different position to play, which would it be?
Ooh, good question, Kevin. Probably small forward, wing. I'd like to be a fearsome finisher who can soar and dunk over everybody. I'll tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Personal foul. Second team foul.
And that one misses. And the Jazz with some changes. Walker Kessler, he's checked in for Lee. Sexton comes in for Filipowski. And George is subbed in for Williams. Mexico City trails by 13. James the pass to Beach. Mexico City moving it around. There's a screen. 6 on the shot clock. Pass to Whitehead for 3. And once again off the mark by Mexico City.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench. If he keeps shooting it like that, he has been putrid here this quarter.
Down low. Fast break. Here comes Mexico City. Pushing it up. Utah with the rebound. Outside, Sexton. Pass to Collier. Beyond the arc. And it's Mexico City with the rebound. B-Train's got his 18th rebound here tonight, all over the place. Here's Freeman Liberty. Back to James. Pass to B-Train. Here's Whitehead. A three-pointer is right on target. Whitehead's got a couple of three-pointers now in the fourth for Mexico City. Jazz leading by 10. Here's Collier, and Kessler throws it down.
Exactly where Kessler gets so much of his offensive performance done, right at the cup.
Here's Smooth. Out to the wing. James outside. Pass to Smooth. Fades. Good, and the assist goes to James. Smooth's got 4 this quarter.
Well, you love the activity out there. What a play. This guy is busy on the offensive end.
Here's Collier. Kicks it out to Collins. From outside, off the mark. And so Whitehead will bring it up for Mexico City. Here's Smooth. The tray. Rebound, Utah. Collins has got his 5th rebound in this one. Outside, George. And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
They've gotten careless, Kevin, no doubt about it, with their turnovers in the second half.
Henry Markkanen's checked in for Collier. Pass to Freeman Liberty. To the paint. Here's James. Good on the shot, and that shaves the lead to single digits.
What a terrific pass. Work the ball inside and create a good look for your teammate.
Now, here's Sexton. He's covered closely, and that one, good.
Well, speed is such an important weapon for Colin Sexton, and he gets to the mid-range game. Nice.
Here's Smooth. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
First personal foul.
It's on Lauri Markkanen.
Yeah, how about the body control on that one? Narrowly misses getting the deuce.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Jazz leading by 8. George passes to Collins. Back to George. Left side, Markkanen. Pass to Kessler. Markkanen sets the pick for Kessler. The shot by George, wide open. A three-pointer, no good. For Mexico City, they've gone 5 of 12 from the field entering the fourth quarter.
Well, hit a man in stride. That is a textbook delivery.
Jazz have gone 7 of 11 from the floor in the final quarter so far. And some solid looks for them. Pass to Kessler. Markkanen looking it over. In the corner, George with it. This one for 3, and the 3 ball is good. And the Jazz lead by 9.
What a versatile scorer Keontae George is. How about the range?
Here's Smooth to the left side wing. To the inside. And there's another one for Mexico City. Utah leading by 7. And Will Hardy is called timeout. He's very aware of the timing here and the significance of getting things squared away with his team. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Thanks, guys. Able to listen in on Will Hardy's huddle with his team. Now he wants his team to stop playing it safe. He said, we've got this lead by doing what we do, and we can keep it if we don't get too cautious. Play our game. Kevin?
All right, David, thanks. Here's Freeman Liberty. A 3-ball. Markkanen pulls it in. James against Sexton. Inside. Here's Kessler. That missed basket now makes him 4 of 8 from the field. Pass to Smooth. Here's B-Train. He's guarded by Collins. And it's out of bounds. Still Mexico City's ball. Here's Smooth. He's guarded by Markkanen. Here's Whitehead.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
Shot clock at 6. Pass to Freeman Liberty. Knocks down the 3-ball.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
You know, we see this all the time. You're basically, as a defender, hoping the man misses rather than putting in the work to get over screens.
Here's Sexton. Oh, that's blocked. Down low. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stump to get the 2 points. George passes to Sexton. And nothing is falling for him right now. There's 1:17 left in the 4th quarter. Here's Smooth, defended by George. Pass to Whitehead to take the lead. A rebound by the Jazz. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. George finds Markkanen. Back to George. For the 3. Gets the 3 to fall.
Deontay George steps in a big-time moment. That's a huge basket.
Timeout called here. Mexico City decides to talk it over. There's 47 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Pass to Freeman Liberty. It drops. And he has brought them to within 2 points.
Well, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
To me, more often than not, when you attack, good things happen.
Points are an absolute must here.
No time to waste, not at this point in the game.
To the wing right side. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. James, the pass to Whitehead. Floats it up for James. Stolen by George. And they foul intentionally. They're going to have to do that now again and again. They're not in the penalty yet.
That's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
8 seconds left in the 4th quarter. And he commits the intentional foul. He drops the first one, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 4-point ballgame.
That's what you call slamming the door. This one is over.
Timeout called here. Mexico City decides to talk it over. They trail by 4. What do you think we're going to see coming out of this timeout?
Yeah, trying to get back in this thing, they need a score.
They need to score, and they need to do it quickly, but it is still possible here.
And so it's Utah who scraped by with the win. They seem to relish their role as the bet. David, thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now.